Hey everybody, and welcome back to another book review. So this book is a newer book, but it was a book that I've been wanting to read for a little while. I just happened to stumble upon it when I was book shopping earlier this year, and that is The Light We Carry by Michelle Obama. So this is the second book that Michelle Obama has published. And if you haven't read the first book, Becoming, which is more of like her autobiography memoirs, I definitely would say that you probably should read it before you read this one, just because there's a little bit more background that's in that book that she references in this book. So some parts of it, if you've not read that, might not make sense. But this book is so good. I mean, Becoming was good, but this one I would argue might be a little bit better. And this one, it's a little bit more of her giving life advice, her just kind of talking through, these are some of the things that worked for me when I was going through these types of issues in situations. This is something you might want to try, which I really like. And I liked that she was able to still kind of weave in the storytelling. I feel like she does a really good job of, this is a way to fix this, and this is a story that kind of represents that. I feel like it's really well done for her. I also like that in this book, she talks about raising children, and she gets some advice from her mom that she shares in there. So that's really kind of cool to hear kind of two generational takes on raising children, and they're very similar. So it's, good there. But yeah, it's just a really good book. I really do like Michelle Obama and her writing style. I did kind of toggle between reading and listening to the audiobook for this one, because Michelle Obama does read the audiobook, and I just thought it was really cool to hear things from her voice. So that was kind of neat. Still not a huge fan of audiobooks, but I think for something like this, like an autobiography, it being read by the person that wrote it is super helpful. So, for rating, I would definitely give this a 5 out of 5. Just really good book, powerhouse of a book. I would recommend it to a lot of people, unless you are a very political person. She does talk about her views of the last couple years, because I think this book was published in 22. So there's a lot of things that she says that are about 2020 and 21. So if you have differing political views, you might struggle with this. If you're just, cool and chill and open to, just hearing some life advice, it's fine. She references some of the events from leaving the White House all the way to now, and not like too heavily on her own positions on them, but it's very obvious what her positions are on certain things. So there's that. So if you're not of the same political leanings as her, and you don't really want to hear about it, I would not recommend this book. But outside of that, I really do like the book. Really good overall. So 5 out of 5 for that. So yeah, real short book review on this one, but I mean, there's not much to say. It's Michelle Obama, and I think she's awesome. She's one of my heroes. She, now that I've read the two books, just really solidifies how similar of lifestyles and backgrounds that we've led. I mean, obviously my husband has not become president of the United States, and neither have I. But it's just a lot of similarities in the stories that she's telling. I'm like, I went through the exact same thing. That sounds very familiar. Just a lot of that stuff is in there, and so I just really could identify with it, especially being a Black woman. He was fairly decently educated, and having worked a lot, or currently working in a lot of white space, and just how do we deal with that? How do we how do we continue to exist in this space while being us and not losing who we are. And she also talks a lot about marriage, like their early marriage in this one. And, I kind of still consider myself in an early marriage stage, only having been married 4 years this June. So just kind of getting a lot of that advice, and it's just really applicable for me. So, yeah. Anyway, that is it on this book review. Super excited to share that book with you. And as always, if you feel so moved or led, you're welcome to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Again, continue to comment books so that I can add them to my list, especially with summer coming up. I'll have a little bit more time on my hands, and I'm traveling twice, so I'm going to need stuff to read. Please, please, please send more books my way, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!